Hey, I'm Matt with Meat Church. Let's smoke this wild hog tenderloin. We've got pork tenderloin, pork loin videos on this channel, recipes on meatchurch.com, but people are always asking me for more wild game recipes. So we're using some wild hog that my 12-year-old son shot in West Texas. You can apply this whole lesson to pork loins that you buy at your grocery store if you're not using something from the wild. But I've got a pretty cool private class coming up, and one of the things they asked for was what to do with wild hog. I'm gonna show you one of the easiest things you can do. This was a pig that was probably between 150, 175 pounds, and as they get bigger, they can be known to not taste as good, but I find that the backstraps or pork loins are still pretty good. I've actually already had some of this. It's great, and I'm gonna show you how I make it. Today, we're gonna be doing a homemade mojo marinade, and we're gonna season with our lemon pepper, which is a really popular seasoning we have. This is gonna be delicious, but I wanna talk to you a little bit about how to treat wild game and how to make sure you have a really good dining experience. So I think one of the reasons people are afraid of wild game is they think it tastes too gamey. Well, if something tastes too gamey, you're doing something wrong. So wild game is totally organic, obviously, and has an amazing taste and is great for you if treated properly. So this is a full backstrap that I pulled out of a pig, one of the two. On this particular pig, I cut the skin open with a Montana knife, kind of peeled it back, and then just using a really sharp Montana knife, filleted right down the backbone, and just filleted these out, basically. And this is what you get. This is this was actually shot a week ago, but very important. On the back side, you're gonna see a bunch of silver skin. When it comes to barbecue, it's not important to remove silver skin from your beef ribs and briskets and all that, like some content creators try to tell you. It is very important in wild game. Removing silver skin and the sinew will remove that gamey taste. And it's really not that hard. If you've never done it, it might be intimidating, but you're gonna wanna get a fillet knife, and it just comes with trial and error. So I'm getting right underneath the silver skin, and I'm gonna point my blade, I'm gonna angle it up, so away from the meat. Stick my finger under there, and just kind of work down it. It's gonna take you several swipes to get all of this off, and that's okay. But removing that will taste much, much better. And as you do that, you'll see, I'm gonna just stop right there. I cut through that. I'll hold it up and show you. So on the silver skin, I've cut no meat off, but you see the meat exposed. You wanna do that for all of it. We've got most of the silver skin off. This looks way better. All this stuff, again, is just gonna be really bad dinner, so don't need any of that stuff. Now we need to make our mojo marinade. And the base of that is sour orange. And the way you make sour orange is 1 part orange, 1/4 part lime, 1/4 part lemon. So we're gonna put that together. Jimmy, go ahead and throw my tenderloin. We're gonna marinate in a made with meat vacuum sealed bag. Set that aside. All right, we're gonna make this easy. So 1 part, 1/4 part, 1/4 part. We'll do it by the cup. Don't measure a lot, but we'll measure this for video purposes. And you know, I just have these little juicers, which they're not gonna fit in that. So my man Don found the Time Magazine Best Invention of 2023 called the Flooser. We're gonna give this a shot together. This is gonna be fun. Hey, so good. It's gonna take a lot of oranges. It is breakfast time. Should I have some orange juice? It's kind of fun, I'm not gonna lie. Yo, floosing son of a bitch. 1/4 cup of lemon, 1/4 cup of lime. Well, that was fun. What else we need to marinate? 1/3 cup of olive oil, about 3 tablespoons of freshly minced garlic, and about 1/3 of a white onion. Let's mix all this together. Now we need to add some seasoning. So here's a little bit of our garlic and herb, and then a little bit of Blanco. Let's mix all that up. All right, it's all mixed up, so let's dump that in our vacuum seal bag over the pork loin. Let's head over to the chamber sealer to seal it up. Great thing about a chamber sealer, you can seal with liquids and not make a mess sucking all the liquid out of it. You need to marinate that pork loin at least 4 hours or so. I like an overnight marinade, so I took the one that I sealed, put it in the fridge, but what I've got here is another one that I marinated last night so that we don't have to wait. I'm gonna cut it open out of the bag, pull it out, and we're gonna season it up. You could rinse this off if you want. I'm okay with this particular marinade still being on here. It's not like it was some sort of salty marinade. I'm just gonna wipe kind of the onions off here. All right, there we go. So I thought what would go with the theme here is go with our lemon pepper. You could season with whatever you want. I thought about using a barbecue type seasoning, so just season with what you want. I mentioned in the beginning that I was gonna use our lemon pepper. It's a very, very popular seasoning in our line, and something that I particularly like on chicken wings. I like it on lots of different types of pork. When you marinate something, it's already gonna have like a really deep flavor in it anyway, so think about that. Anytime you're marinating or injecting and you're seasoning, you wanna kind of think about the ratios of that stuff you use. So I don't think this is necessarily gonna need like a whole lot. It's already nice and wet. I'm not gonna let it adhere too long. I mean, you can give it 10, 15 minutes, wherever you want. Once it looks nice and good to your liking, it's time to put it on. So let's talk about cooking while this is adhering. So today, I thought I would keep this kind of outdoors-ish and cook this on my mill scale 94-gallon offset. You know, my son and I shot this outside, so we're gonna do like big time outdoor cooking on this. But again, you could cook this in your oven if you want to. You could truss this together with butcher twine to really kind of help it hold form. So if you ever watch my whole beef tenderloin video on the thinner pieces, I might bring that together and kind of tie this together, keep it in a nice uniform shape. But this isn't real big. I'm not that worried about it. If I was looking to cook it completely perfect, I would tie this up so that it holds a really nice cylinder-like shape. But I'm gonna leave it just like this. I'm running about 250 degrees right now. It's okay if you go hotter. 250 is not the magic of this recipe. You could go 275 here and 325. You could grill this thing if that's what you wanna do. But I wanna lay some smoke on this. I want this just, again, outdoor rustic kind of feel. So I'm going 250. I'm running post oak, which is a wood that I like. You could also use mesquite. You could use hickory. You could use pecan, whatever you want. So in the smoker I go. Final temperature 145 on pork. With wild meat, I'm going no more than 140. And we'll pull it off and try it and see how we did. Well, the tenderloin has been cooking right at an hour. So it depends on the size of your tenderloin, obviously how long it's gonna take. Let's temp it. Looks really good. That's gonna be good enough for me. This is wild lean meat. I'm not going all the way to 145. I don't want to dry it out. I always recommend taking your wild game a little lower than your desired temperature. So, you know, USDA says 145 for pork. We're stopping this at 139. I'm gonna let it rest for 10, 15 minutes. I'm gonna lightly tint it with foil. I want all the moisture in this muscle to redistribute throughout that meat so that we get a nice juicy bite. So I'll go get something to drink while this rests. Gotta do something to kill 15 minutes. Man, that's good stuff. Great way to kill some time. All right, well, this looks awesome. Smells really good. Very, very, very excited about this. Very excited to add to the wild game playlist. So you guys have been asking for that. We're here for you. All right, it's rested, and let's just give it a slice here. I'll go kind of on the thicker end. Oh yeah. Good news is, still nice and juicy in there. You really got to watch that with wild game. I know that it's always that easy to see on camera, but you see all that moisture still in there, thank goodness. So let me cut off a little bit. Well, feeling pretty good about that. Feels nice and tender. Guess we'll find out. All right, down the hatch. Oh, it's got great flavor. I ain't mad at that at all. This is honestly super special to have the first hog that my son's ever harvested, and to cut the backstraps out myself, bring it home, put it in a homemade marinade, then hit it with a lemon pepper. We don't talk about our lemon pepper enough. That is not overpowering. It's just like the perfect highlight to that. So I actually like this as is. Use whatever seasonings you want. I always say that, but I think this turned out fantastic. Super excited for this. We've got more wild game stuff coming for you guys over the course of this winter and spring, so you can clean out your freezers and put the best meat on the planet to good use. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I always say your subscriptions are how we keep doing these free how-to videos. We're almost to 1 million. Help us get there. Tell your friends about us, and we'll see y'all next Wednesday.